Hey. It's your girl, Beautiful Blessed Tarot. And I'm back again. Figured I'd take you guys to the beach while you listen to me, give you this reading. It has been a beautiful, blessed Sunday. And I hope everybody is having a good Sunday as well. Just wanted to get a quick reading in before the sun goes down, because I enjoy watching the sunset. It's so beautiful. But I hope y'all can hear me okay. Turn up your phone if you can. I don't know what to tell you, but just enjoy the view of the waves, you know? So, if you can, I don't know if it's focused enough or not. Seems a little blurry, but oh well. You see it. Alright. So right off the bat, Spirit is telling me somebody is unbothered and they're moving in silence. What was this that flipped out in reverse? Yeah, you're not running from nothing and nobody. You're just moving in silence. You're not, exposing your business to the world or to whatever. You're just doing what you gotta do when you gotta do it. But somebody who you possibly could have been running from is into you. Okay? They're into you. All right. Let me just put this down. I'm going to just have to dust those off anyways. All right. What else you got, Spirit? Anything else? You're unbothered and you're moving in silence. And they're big mad because they know you're not running from them, but they can't seem to keep up. And they're into you. Somebody is into you. This could be a new person collective. Could be an old person. It's given us an old person. Somebody fishing for karmas. I don't know what karmas they fishing for, but I'm so tired of this stuff. Just being in the reading. And then somebody's mad. Whoever's fishing for comments that's into you, that's stalking you and whatnot, they're not as disguised as they think they are. Okay? And whatever they was trying to do to get you caught up is not working. And instead, they're getting caught up. And it could be in the court or justice system, a legal situation, immigration, whatever, lawyers and stuff like that. They just, What else, Spirit? Dang, he's flipping all out. I don't know if y'all can see it. So they had to stop looking you up because they now no longer denying that you definitely did reject them, whoever this person is. Okay? They had to stop spying on you, stop looking you up, because they're getting caught up in the justice system. Whatever they wanted to get you caught up in, as far as court proceedings and stuff like that, they're the ones going down, because people are finding out the truth, that you probably could have been framed, you probably could have been copycatted, and whoever these people was, they didn't think what they was doing, was going to catch up to them, but it did. So that's that. And whoever this person is that's into you, that you unknowingly are just running from, or knowingly running from, you just like, fuck that shit, I'm over it, I'm done with it. Whoever this person is that's being seen for exactly who they are, they always go to party, they have a bad reputation, and they're out here crying over you, collective. They're sad, they're hurt, and they're upset. Okay? They just going through it. And it sucks, but, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Ain't nobody asked them to do half the shit that they've been doing. So they get what they get. Yeah, they trying to talk about something. They got proof of something. They want to show somebody screenshots, or they've been showing a third party, somebody that they've been dealing with, freaking on, or their ex-person or front person. They've been trying to get this person to pick up where they left off, pretty much, just passing a baton type of shit. Because this person has a bad reputation, and now they're being exposed and seeing for exactly who they are. Not you, collective, just a copycat. Whoever they're dealing with, whoever they're in a romantic love affair with, they got a romantic triangle with them, and they pretty much talking, that person that they're with or in a love triangle with other people, not you collective, but this person could have 2, 3, 4, 5 other people that they're dealing with that think they're number one, whether guy or girl. And it's like that this person that, you know, you moving in silence from and that you're unbothered by, you know, that's being found out for who they are. They sit here trying to have their little girlfriends and guy boyfriends, the 2, 3, 4, 5, whoever's in a love triangle, romantic love affair. They trying to have them, you know, pick up the slack where they left off at, and, you know, keep stalking and watching you and stuff, and then, you know, report back to them because they're getting caught up in the justice system for doing the exact same thing. Like, so tell me what's really going on. And some of them, they're not even getting caught up for doing the same thing, but they getting caught up for something else. But with whoever they, you know, minions is that they gave a Mission Impossible assignment to, you know, what they're doing is going to lead back to them even more. So they're going to have more charges on them once they really do get to this court case, because it's not making sense, okay? They could be going to court because they caught it as sexual transmitted disease and they've been actively giving it to folks, whoever this may resonate for, or whoever these people are that they got this love triangle with, that's the romantic love affairs with, who they partying and hanging out with and stuff. These little minions that they try to hire to, you know, pick up their slack. You know, they could have the STD and gave it to this to your ex or whoever this person is that's stalking you, and seeing that you're not running to them, you know, and they can't run to you at this point. You're moving in silence and you're unbothered by this person. But whoever little minions they had to try to you know, stalk you and stuff, they creating fake accounts and trying to pretty much be you, like act like you, portray to be you and stuff like that, to get you in trouble because they mad that this person got caught up for some shit that got them in trouble. And they don't realize that what they're doing now is gonna still lead back to the ringleader, the culprit, the one who wanna make his girlfriends and guy friends minions and shit. Cause it's like all of them low vibrational as fuck, so it don't make sense. And they hating on your shine because you're a queen rising, king rising for the divine feminines and masculines out there, okay? So it just is what it is. But hey, anything else, Spirit? And this person could, you know, yeah, they scarcity tax is not working. They barely hanging on. Ain't nothing that they're doing is working. But they want to disturb your peace in some sort of way. And it's just not making sense. Because they're digging themselves into a deeper hole, trying to have minions on the outside to be doing all this spying and crying and stuff. But everybody involved that's going up against you or was going up against you collective, they flake flexing, okay? They act rich, okay? They flossing money, they act fancy, but they show offs. They ain't got nothing, they fake flexing. This probably be the only little bit of money they got left, probably a couple of $100, and they still gonna spend it on trying to fuck with you. It don't make sense. But I guess to each his own. They want to be so broke and stuff. But that's the thing, because whoever this person is, they stole from you. They were a thief. And the person that they hired to be their minion is being a thief to them. Trying to play like, oh yeah, I'll be on this mission and stuff. And they half-heartedly doing it because they got their own agenda and motives and stuff. But at the same token, whoever, guy or girl, take it how it resonates, whoever the thief is, whoever they got this love triangle with, this romantic partner who they hired as a minion, is stealing from them too, while they're both trying to steal from you collective, or have stolen from you in the past collective. But they're getting caught up for doing so at this time, and they're still trying to steal from you and be you at the same time. Like, it don't make sense. But you're ignoring all of this, and Spirit says you should continue to ignore it, because it's not hurting you, it's not bothering you, and nothing that they're doing is touching you. Nothing that they're doing is working at all. So don't worry about it. All this cyberbullying that they thought they was doing, it came to a stop. They're not able to do it no more. They're getting caught up in the legal system for doing it. And meanwhile, whoever this person is that's getting caught up in the justice system could be behind bars right now at this point. I don't know, maybe so is given that. Or they know they're going to jail because they probably been passing around this STD and doing other stuff. Because that's what they was going to jail for and stuff like that. They passed around this STD. And then other stuff that they was doing was coming out the woodworks. That was charges. So they found out they wasn't going to be able to go home. And then now people were starting to find out what was done to you collective. And that's just going to be even more charges. But it's only thanks to the collective. I mean, it's only thanks to the ex person, you know, having their minions to pick up where they left off. So then when the minions get caught up, they gonna have no choice but to say, hey, I did it for this, that, the third, or whatever, who, what do. But Spirit said, keep ignoring them, dust that shit off, because it ain't phasing you. You know, they getting caught up for the dumb shit, because Spirit warned them. And just because they wanted to be jealous and all of this stuff, they, did the most. And Spirit said, they not threatening you, because it came out in reverse. It blew out of the deck when the wind blew. They said, ain't no more threatening. Ain't no more intimidation tactics. Ain't no more threatening. Ain't no more bothering you. They getting locked the fuck up, because that's the only way y'all can get peace, collective. And Spirit not playing with these folks. They said, we know what it is and what it ain't, because they want to be hooked on you. But you free to live your life. You ain't thinking twice about these folks. And if you are, Spirit telling you to let it go and dust them off, okay? Whoever these people are, they're carless. They have no car. Their car got repoed. They could have issues with it. But whoever these energies are, they just played out. They played out trying to be the enforcer, trying to make it seem like they so Billy badass and they got this motion, got so much motion, got so much clout, so much, how you say, so much, whatever. But it's all in their ego. It's just their ego. They hurt body about it. They getting in the way of their relationships with these third party / minions, groupie hoes. And it's just fucking with them. Everything is crashing down. Ain't nothing working. They feel like they charm and they had the gift of gab that was just going to get them through everything. And they had people that was willing to help them get out of trouble all the time, every time. But they fail to realize that, bad karma is here. Okay? And they're trying to act on phase about this bad karma that they're going through. But everybody can see it. It's oozing out of their pores. They're definitely They're definitely phased because of this bad karma that's coming to them. Because they never thought it would come to a day where they would actually have to answer for their actions, So, they thought that they could do whatever they want, being clout hungry, trying to manipulate and play the part. All it did was leave them to be broke, like dead ass broke. They can't even, really get a lawyer for real to help them out the situation. And quite frankly, whoever they did got is probably a good lawyer, but it's not good enough to dispute whoever is going to be telling the truth about whatever. And so whoever this person is that's caught up in prison or, jail, or they know they're going to jail, they got court proceedings and stuff, they're reflecting over how you were the Queen Rising, or you are the Queen Rising now. They're reflecting on how you've come so far from where they left you or thought they left you, collective. You're stepping into your power, you're praised, you're coming up into spotlight. And they're reflecting about everything. Or this could be you, collective. You're reflecting about, this past person and, everything they put you through. You thank them for it because that was a lesson learned and you greater and stronger and better for it. But at the same token, it's like, dang, on one hand, this could have been a shoulda, coulda, woulda, because that could have been supposed to be your twin flame, your person. But they didn't want to accept assignment. They wanted to be a hoe in the street. They didn't want to, change their ways because they were so-called stuck in it. But, will hold you to a certain degree and expect you to show up and perform and all this other shit. But since they didn't want to do the work and change their ways so they could have a better life, now they think about it. But you could be thinking about it too, collective, as in, like, that was the past, but like, I'm moving on to the future. Spirit say you too busy winning, like you just reminiscing on the lessons learned, and you're just glad that you're having better days, okay? And what you are. And I know a lot of people in the collective is glad that these said people are not, in their life no more, or on their way to not being in their life no more, where they can actually be in peace and live in peace and go and travel and do what they want to do in peace now. Because apparently these people don't want to stop. And they mad because you moving in silence, because they trying their hardest to, stop you. And whoever this person is that's locked up, they got karmic family and friends that don't fuck with them for real. They can't fully trust them. There's tension, there's secret competition. You got to keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because these same people, some of these friends, and so whoever this person so-called is friends, they call everybody a friend, but everybody's not your friend. Somebody could be an associate, somebody could be a lesson, somebody could be a blessing, and that's it, that's all. Another stranger, but with a different title, okay? So, whoever this person is, they got karmic friends that's sitting here trying to, trying to, play the part in this person's face that's caught up in the justice system, but behind their back, they doing God knows what. Trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, we still doing this, we still doing that, but because they know that you got caught up, you think they still going to keep doing the same shit? I mean, the shit is going to trickle down the tunnel the way it's going to do it anyways. Everybody's going to get got. Nobody's safe. So however this person's karma is, it's not going to be the same as that person. But whoever these people are, all of them are happiness haters, and they wasting time doing what they doing. This person that's caught up in the justice system is wasting time trying to reach out to these groupie ass friends and minions because they're moving on. Like, they got caught up. Okay, whoever this person is, the ringleader that's caught up, they looking at them like, oh, we was trying to steal from you, but if you getting caught up and we can't have access to this and the third or whatever, I was still doing slick shit too. You ain't gonna get me, drag me down with you. They if they do get interviewed or pulled in, they snitching. They telling everything that there is to know. They just starting drama while you too busy winning. They starting drama in for this person that's locked up or behind bars or in confinement or whatever the hell. They starting more issues. So they singing like canaries because they want to, put all the blame on whoever this person is, collective, take it how it resonates. So that way, your ex-person or whatever, they trying to put all the blame on them and, scapegoat themselves before, whoever this is locked up get a chance to get out, or because it just will be for a short time before they got to go back in for permanent. But before they get out and, try to scheme and plan and all that other stuff. So they trying to put the blame on him before anybody can say otherwise to implicate them as well, unless certain officials already got the physical evidence, whether CCTV cameras or text messages or just whatever kind of receipts that they was actually involved. They trying to pass the buck and get out of Dodge. So yeah, this person who's locked up or in confinement or going through this shit, they out back for real because ain't nobody fucking with them. Okay, ain't nobody kissing their ass no more. Don't nobody see them as creative. They not trying to be nobody's minions no more because they seeing that the consequences are really like fucked up, and they're uninterested in going down with this person. They was all for when he was spending your money, collective, when he was trying to be a thief and all that stuff. But now that he locked up and there's a potential for him to be spilling the beans and snitching on them about what they was doing, or try to pit something on them just for him to get out of the jail scot-free card. They all in there snitching on each other, telling on each other and shit. But they did all of that because they hated your shines. Okay, collective? It's just really that simple. It really is. Okay? So what else we got, Spirit? Spirit said y'all gonna have to travel. We got a lot of ants out here on this sand. And they must be attracted to the energy. But, they running around like little ants trying to find somewhere safe to go, or find food, or find something. Like they on a mission to find something, necessities, because it look like all of these little ones is in a hurry, in a rush. They got to find some food to bring to the den or something. Okay, but whoever these people are, these groupies, whoever these folks are, they're haunted. Okay, and they're haunted because they're going bankrupt. They don't have no money to even pay for groceries and shit no more. They forgot that they was sitting here, had a life to live. And after they were so in the zones and doing this shit for so long, now that the ringleader got caught up, or somebody important in the group got caught up, now they looking back at their life like, oh yeah, I do gotta, get groceries. Oh yeah, I do gotta wash my clothes. I do gotta do this, do that, in my own life before this person even came about, before I even knew this, your ex collective existed, right? So, they trying to figure out like, damn, where I'm gonna get this detergent from? Damn, I got a nickel and dime just to go and bargain shop at the thrift store. Like, damn, they finding themselves can't even afford, $1.25, whatever, like candy bar, So it's fucking with them now, because now that they being forced to look back at their own shit, and that's when the karma is hitting them, right where you left them, But people are reflecting as they moving, because they can't be in the same region no more. They can't afford their rent no more. They can't afford this, because whoever this person is was probably paying for it, paying for their bills and everything, so that way they can keep track of you or follow you so your next destination is collective. But that's no longer, because they getting caught up. They can't, they can't live near you no more. And quite frankly, they probably going to somebody's shelter or probably stay with a family house that they don't want to be at. It's going to be hell. It's going to be karma for them. They think that they're getting away with something, and they're really not. Okay? They hoping that these people that they're going to or that, you know, they're going to be around can help give them some money. But these people that they're running to knows that it's just the same shit, different day. Ain't nothing different with these people. These people been, you know, slow in the mind. These people been on the same shit, different day. These people just don't know how to fucking handle priorities, do their shit. But at the same token, can do all of this and do all of that behind trying to destroy your life collective, behind trying to do all this other bullshit, trying to find themselves doing some dirt digging, looking for dirt on you and vice versa, because they just want to have something to talk about, want to have something to so claim expose. But don't nobody give a fuck. Like, everybody sees them for who they are. They're no longer in wolves and sheep clothing around sheep. Like, the sheep know that they're a wolf, or trying to be anyways, but you a punk wolf, you know. Again, Spirit keep talking. They said the same shit, different day kept coming out. I won't go pull it, but again, it keep popping out. The same shit, different day. Like, people ain't worried about that shit at all. Because what they talking ain't making sense. Everybody's seeing that what they was saying, what they was clearly lying about, because they getting in trouble. Like, when you follow the breadcrumb trails, you going to find the culprit at. You going to find the source, you know. Just follow the crumbs. And whoever these people are, minions or the ex-person of you collective, they out here doing divination, abusing, because they mad because nothing is working. They trying to get this person out of danger, because they, you know, call themselves trying to be the ride or die, you know, the last one standing, because all the rest of the groupies done went on. They done stole and took whatever they could from this person, whether it's time, money, energy, you know, brain cells, whatever, you know, and they don't went on about their way. Some people probably got pregnant by this person, so they think that they're going to be able to get child support in the future. But I don't know how that's going to go, because when I tell you, everybody penny pinching, okay? Probably can't even afford a hotel room for the night. Not even on those $60 a night type shit. So, you know, money is scarce, and they going to have to budget that shit real good. Because, again, Spirit is saying on the bottom of the deck, they are some broke asses. And I'm just talking. So I'm just telling y'all what I'm channeling, because it's really giving that. But, yeah, so these people fucked up in their head, because it's like everything that they did ain't do nothing but, you know, run their credit score the fuck crazy, because their credit score was already shot. So, because half of them forgot that they was pretending to be you, so they acting as two different people in all of these locations. And it's like, bitch, how you gonna try to run somebody else's credit in the ground and your credit already shot? You should have spent all that time invested in fixing your damn credit. But these people are spiritual haters. And again, Spirit says that they're moving. You know, they cannot be near you no more. They cannot be in your vicinity. They can't be in your area. None of that shit. Wherever you go, you can pick up and leave tomorrow, or you can pick up and leave in 2 years from wherever you're at. But they're no longer allowed around you. Like, you have this protection. You have this, you know, guidance. And you have this, you know, you have this protection over you. And these people just mad because they so hooked on you. They just want to cop block every opportunity you have. They just couch chasing because they mad that they, you know, bankrupt. So they just trying to have any excuse to get money, whether it's still at the end of the day try to do whatever to you, or, you know, try to find somebody else that's in a group that they feel like fucked them over, or, you know, pointed the finger at them, made them feel some type of way. Somebody that was telling folks in the community that talking shit, saying that they was bankrupt, snitching on them, telling the truth and nothing but the truth to whoever they in the community that they was trying to, you know, ask to join the battle wagon. They was like, nah, because I'm getting like this person going around the community saying, oh, help me do this and the third, yada, 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 woo. And then, you know, so it said people in the group that's already been going through this stuff, that's actually kind of learning a lesson, they trying to put other people on like, nah, don't follow behind her suit. You know, don't follow behind them. They're wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, they'll just lead you the wrong way, won't tell you the truth, you know, and then you'll get caught up and they be like, remember so-and-so, or have you met so-and-so, have you seen so-and-so? And for real, this so-and-so gets around, so a hell of motherfuckers was like, yeah. It was like, well, you heard about whatever. Some people heard about it, some people haven't. But they just be in shock because they like, damn, this bitch was going to throw me to the lion's den too with her, trying to do some prison break shit, metaphorically or spiritually wise. And this person on the outskirts that was part of the shit or was an ex-friend of whoever these comics was that mad they couldn't get in a group or got kicked out or something. They just got an evil agenda, but they speaking on the truth now because they see everything is crumbling and they scared that, the shit is gonna fuck with them too. So, they call themselves trying to save other folks before they get caught up in the shit because they don't know how the cookie gonna crumble. But they just feel it in their gut that they not safe either. They might not get the same punishment, but they just know bad karma is on their ass too. Because they just as bad going broke again, because broke ass keep coming out. And they just as bad was hooked on you as well, collective. So it's not like they could deny the shit. They just letting people know, like, when I was doing it, it wasn't all of that. So damn sure don't get onto it at all. So they just putting people on, and this whoever these groupies is, karmics, they mad because they need, energy to, try to manifest or find somebody who's, that good or that powerful that's, in they shit for them to, feed off of and shit like that. And these people are in their head, they overthinking, they stressed, they overanalyzing shit because nothing is working and they're just trying their hardest and they just cannot figure out for the life of them, like, what else to do because there is nothing else to do. And quite frankly, they're getting closer and closer to sealing a nail in their own coffin because these people are already, in the justice system as well as in the community know the truth, that these people was just looking for a jackpot and that they honestly are bankrupt right now. So whatever money they keep saying that they can give people are telling other people, like, they're broke. They can't afford shit. Don't believe what they talk about. And if they talk about, oh, all you got to do is this, that, and third, don't believe the hype because you still ain't going to get your shit. I'm fucked up now because I thought motherfuckers was going to be, about their word and give me what they owed me for doing stupid shit. Me not even knowing that these motherfuckers want to try to play puppet master behind the scene, but I could have possibly been the one to get locked up or possibly still could be under investigation or somebody thought my name in it trying to throw me under the bus like I had any idea. And truth be told, I was just a minion that wasn't told the truth about the true mission at hand. They told us one thing on the forefront. We thought we was just, doing some simple shit or just gain stock in the collective. Come to find out, they done stole the collective identity. They done hacked her. They done, did this and the third. Meanwhile, I'm just supposed to be a lookout. But they gonna throw me under the bus like I knew all this shit was going on type of shit. It's what it's given. Like, I can hear the conversation going on now. Like, somebody's mad because they probably had to have served some time or they had to tell the truth to some type of authority to piece the gap, before the last one came through. Or maybe this was just a stalker, somebody that chose to stalk you and was watching you, obsessed with you. They was just trying to figure out the truth. And they found out when all this shit started hitting the fan, they started, like, really peeping you and shit and wondering what was going on. And they just see that, that you was right. You could have said something, you could have spoke on this, and people didn't believe you at the time. But they starting to see that, like, everything that you're doing, collective, is not adding up to what they were saying. Because they were saying that you was the thief. This Queen Rising energy, whether male or female, you're still in a Queen Rising energy. They was trying to say that you was the thief. But whoever this obsessed person is that was stalking you is telling the community, like, nah, I don't believe them and shit, because I had to do my own research and I did my homework. And from what I can tell, these people that's caught up, they was the ones stealing from the collective. They was the one plotting and planning and pretending like they was her or whatever have you. They was the one trying to cop block. They was the one trying to pretend to be her and stuff like that, or trying to be him. Meanwhile, now when I be checking up on them, or I just peep them, randomly and stuff, whoever these people are, they too busy winning. They on some boss daddy shit, boss lady shit. They ain't sweating these people. And it's given that they already know we sit here creeping. Because every time we turn around, they see us creeping. I don't know if y'all can see that, but y'all can see the owl. It's like every time, you may catch them either physically or in the spiritual. Like, you could feel them nearby or whatever. You may be unconscious, or you might be that tapped in to really bring it to the forefront and connect the dots and stuff, like knowledge. Oh, okay, I see people in my energy. They probably, whatever. But whether subconsciously or consciously, you peep them. You see them every time. They could be still doing spell work, monitoring spirits. They could be doing whatever that they learned from this ringleader's love triangle groupies and stuff like that. They could be, doing what they learned from them as far as, like, kitchen witch magic or going to somebody to get a reading and stuff. But they found out the truth. And now they just walking around fake smiling with these same people that have no idea or is finding out, just like they did, that they joined the wrong team. They over here reflecting like a motherfucker, fake smiling because they know they're going through it, knowing they got karma, whether it's, physically or spiritually. Some people are in purgatory, on hell on earth, and others are, fucked up, and they just, in the physical getting reprimanded, or really losing out on valuable stuff. But whoever these people are, they ain't shit. None of them are. None of the groupies, the minions, everybody want to just join the bandwagon, not ask questions, not know what the fuck going on, but now all of a sudden want to be creeping. These people don't got no facts, and everybody's reflecting. Everybody's reflecting on how this person kept saying that they was a boss daddy, boss girl, and they ain't did shit. But the true boss person is the one that they was doing all of this dirt towards. Now they want to come into y'all life collective. And whoever this person is that's caught up, they want you back because they know that you're a boss daddy, boss lady. Okay, and they're spiritually hating. They got children issues at home because, like I said, some of these groupies got what they wanted from this person, whether masculine or female, whoever your ex is collective. They got whatever they wanted from this person, whether it was time, money, energy, a baby, brain cells, whatever. But they dealing with child protective services while they over here spiritually hating and wanting you back because they see that you upgrading and stuff. But they still addicted to bad habits. They got with this person that baby trapped them for money because this person made it seem like, oh, I can help you do this, I can help you do that, we can do this together, boo-doo with the whoop. Because this person was mad because you let them go because they was being toxic and they didn't want to answer the call to be better, do better. And he was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to go on this journey alone, so keep it up, Keep doing what you're doing. And you, I'm pretty sure y'all already prophesized to this person, like, that shit ain't going how you think it will. So stop playing. Stop playing with yourself. But they still wanted to play. And they want to come in and give you a dirty offer. They want to start some drama. But you too busy winning. And you dodging bullets left and right because you moving in silence. Spirit said that they want to get the inside scoop of what you got going on and fake smile in your face and plot how to, sabotage what you got going on or take it from you. But Spirit said you're the one that's going to be traveling. And whoever these people are, these little minions and groupies, they want to fight you. And they mad because they can't afford to go on these trips and travel like you about to, okay? Because they're broke as fuck. They can barely afford noodles at night, but they can find some pennies together to get some alcohol or some drugs and stay out their rabbit-ass mind so their body don't need food and all this other stuff. It's just like too much. They holding grudges against you while you moving on and moving forward. They're obsessed with your ex collective, whether male or female, they're obsessed with them. And while this person locked up and going through shit, possibly could have gave them some STDs that they can't get rid of or whatever. They feel like, oh, since I got it, let me stay with this person. Let me try to, make a quick buck and give some money to this person. Because for real, we bankrupt and we don't want nobody, to be like, oh, I heard y'all ain't got no money. So they want to be able to, spread a fan of $20 out like they got it. Bitch, for real, little do y'all know they was jumping through hella hoops to get that. Half of them out here selling their body. Others, probably selling, their PlayStation or whatever monetary shit they got left to their name. Probably taking aluminum cans to the dump so they can get coins and shit. Because they know that somebody's out there that they work with. They don't know who the fuck could it be. Because they done splunged their name. They done talked to so many people. They done came across so many faces. They were so fucking high doing majority of all of this slandering and plotting that they was doing. They don't even know who was who. They don't know who coming and going. They don't know who's snitching. They just know somebody saying something. And it's getting back to them in little, like, slick-ass remarks from people that they trying to, recruit to gang, because it's the old people that they was recruiting getting fucked up left and right and center. Practitioners, too. So they ain't fucking with it. But whoever these people are, that's trying to fake the funk like they got it like that, but they actually bankrupt and the whole community know it, but they refuse to acknowledge that the whole community know it. They're still hooked on you. And whoever this person is, whether it's the ex or the karmic minion of your ex, guy or girl. So if you're a female, so if you're collective, so if you're divine masculine and your ex-female is a karmic, whoever whoever she's dealing with, the dude she's dealing with or the female she dealing with, want to kind of come in and give you an offer, trying to be funny, because they feel like they've been dropped and they've been left for you collective because they know this person still wants you. And then it's the same vice versa for if you're a divine feminine. This person or one of the main groupies, one of the down bottoms, male or females that they was dealing with want to come in and give you an offer. So everybody could say that they had you and they can have their energy and all this other stuff. But everybody just hustling, Everybody's just hustling and scheming, and they're hunted because they're so clout hungry and they talking shit because they can't do nothing to you. Nothing's working. Nothing with what they was trying to do was working. Okay? It's just not. So, and it's not going to work either. But they still just want to give it that last little hope, last little swing because they feel like they doing something, or finally, this time it'll work if they get new energy, new people. But the old people snitching on them. Let them know, look, don't go down that route because I was goofy, I was naive, I was stupid, I was, too turned around these people, not realizing what was really going on in front of my face. But behind the scenes, it was so other stuff going on. So they fucked up on the front end and the back end. Don't follow suit with them. Don't engage with them. Don't do none of that. But they mad because you out here hustling and you doing what you got to do. You making it rain. You get into the bag. You get into the money. And they just don't know what to do. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get some more cards on it. But that's all I have for you guys for right now. But, again, it's your girl, Beautiful Bliss Tarot. All right? So let me see what else I can get for it. So let's see. I don't know what I'm going to name this one yet, but I hope y'all enjoying the view of the waves and all of that. It's starting to get dark, so I ain't going to do none of that. Yeah, but these people is mad. And what I don't get is why they don't, if they keep still, like, why y'all just don't put y'all money together to help this man out, or at least put some money on his books or something. Like, y'all not even trying to get yourselves right. Like, oh, okay, he down and out. Let me just try to make sure I got a place to lay my head at, if anything, because some of them, like, they still going. And the others, like, they were smart enough to know, like, oh, I was scamming and scheming on this person too. Because the same thing, collective, that they wanted to be to you, collective, is what they ran into or what they got. So the whole time they thinking they run a game on people and they doing all of this and doing all of that. And they ran into exactly what they were trying to do to you, collective. A scammer, a schemer. Okay? So, and they definitely got exactly what they was supposed to get, because it's just like, that's all. So Spirit's saying, once again, dust it off. Dust that shit off, because they know they out back and they can't do nothing else about it. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but Spirit said that they warned them so many times, and now that everything is being solidified, that this is the final nail in the coffin. Like, you will sit your ass down. You will be going through the karma for what you did. Like, we was trying to give you grace time and time again, but you just refused to acknowledge that we could give you grace. Like, when you was getting fucked up in the forefront, you felt like you should go harder, double down. Like, Collective was doing it, and Collective didn't have to do a thing. Collective didn't have to lift a finger for nothing, what y'all had going on. Okay? So it was just like, dang, what they gonna do? But I don't know why they just didn't, like, make arrangements. If they see other bitches was dropping ship, they feeling like they so far gone in their head because all that spill went prior, that they feel like, oh, they the last one standing, like they gonna have a trophy, like they gonna get this person out of jail or out of trouble, and everybody gonna live a happy life. But this person is not okay. Neither one of them are okay, and they're struggling with trying to pretend like they're okay, because it's clear, it's evident, like nobody is stupid but them, but still trying to hold on to something that's already been dead, been gone. It's a wrap for every fucking body. And whoever they trying to sit here and recruit, sit here, really got to use their discernment, because it's getting to the wire. Like, this person about to be the next person if they ain't already down or apprehended for something. Okay, they looking for professionals, somebody who's, good at magic or whatever. They sit here wearing a mask. They mad because nobody is believing them. You know, what they're trying to do to block your stability is not working. And they're pissed because they at least want you to be homeless. If they're going to be homeless and locked up in jail, they want you to be experiencing the same thing. But it's like, if y'all was doing that the whole fucking time and it's still not working, what the fuck you think is going to happen now? Like, you fall into the grave that you did for somebody else. And they're mad because they wanted this commitment. They was doing all of this shit to impress whoever your ex-person is, collective, you know. And they ended up binding themselves to this person, doing spell work and magic and shit like that, and created a family with this person for some of you. And they mad because they heartbroken and they stability is in the dumps. And like, they happy home is not having a victory, but that's what's promised to you. And you're lucky. And whoever these people are, they was once introverts. You know, they was, you know, predominantly private to themselves, you know, until they wanted to gang up and click up. You know, they was predominantly, you know, just keeping to themselves and having their own success. They was good on their own. But, you know, because this person was recruiting them and made it seem like, oh, you should walk away from what you're doing, join alliances with us, you can trust me, you can honest, we can have companionship in this community. They didn't realize at the time that whoever this person was had a disturbance upon them. Like, they had a spiritual demon on them that was, you know, talking through them with the gift of gab to, you know, change their fate and change their options that they had in life. These people that, you know, was so-called the ringleaders was causing people to be sick and catch diseases and stuff like that with this sex magic especially. You know, to call themselves trying to coach somebody on how to change people's lives and destinies and destiny swap and do all of this and do all of that, making it seem like shit was working. And it could have been working at some point, but they wasn't teaching the right thing. They was just regurgitating what they heard from somebody else, trying to play in somebody's energy so much where they can hear somebody's thoughts collective or do this weird dumb shit and try to regurgitate it like they know what the fuck they talk about and they have no idea. Okay, 42:05 on the clock, so if that resonates. But whoever these people was, they was third parties to each other. They was all friends, all in this group. So, you know, this demon, whoever this ringleader is, who had this demonic attachment, he was feeding off of everybody in this low vibrational friendship group, this team, this connection, this network. Because they calling each other friends and stuff, and they thinking they got options. They're not realizing that their options are really illusions, and that these illusions are the same thing that's going to be blocking their further success or further movement. And it'll be the same motherfuckers that they're hanging with now, or, you know, for way back when it was happening, that won't be here and later, which is right now. Fast forward to now. So these same people who wanted to be third wheels to each other, you know, the karmic or whoever, trying to make it seem like whoever got 3, 4, 5, 6 boyfriends and all of them think that they the main squeeze, you know, they mad because they all got passed around. They all sharing the same person, or they possibly could have known that they were sharing the same person. Not everybody know that they was a part of a roster. You know, some people, you know, these people were trying to do the same thing to other strangers and random people like they was trying to do to you, collective. And for the karmas that they came across that was with the shit, they was sitting here trying to do all this other big dumb wild shit to add to the destruction of your life, collective. Okay, but you out here making merry, you out here doing goodness, you out here being a humanitarian, you out here receiving good news, you know, about stability and choices that you made in the past that were leading you to have victory to your current now success. You could be buying a home or just starting to really get good in your saving habits and saving money to move on your own. Or, you know, you'll always have access to money if you needed to, you know. And these people are having nightmares. They're suffering in silence. They're in the darkness. You know, they can't sleep at night because all of these so-called options that they want to present to not just you, collective, but other people is being seen as obstacles and illusions. And it's changing how they're being viewed in the community. It's changing everything that they're able to even do, because everything else that they couldn't do on themselves, they were counting on people to bridge the gap. But these people, these groupies and minions and shit, they're all cursed, you know, and they're, you know, pretty much losing their stability, losing their home, losing a car or whatever, because they're cursed, you know. And they hate that, you know, they hate that you're moving up, that you're grooving, that you're this boss daddy, boss lady, okay? They really hate it. But they're sitting here trying to survive this natural disaster that they're going through, this tower moment, because they took the risk, and now they're frustrated about their misfortune that they're going through, because, you know, everybody got to serve karma. I just said nobody's safe. Now they want to come back and apologize because they feel overloaded, because the whole plan was to, you know, take your success from you and all your options. You know, now they hoping that spirit can forgive them and help them to manifest. And spirit, the universe ain't picking up shit. They like, oh, I'm sorry. Spirit ain't hearing it because they're guilty and they want to confess and be forgiven from you, collective, and the universe, because the universe ain't fucking with them. And they overloaded because they can't get a victory to save their life. Every time they feel like something is an option, it's really an illusion. Okay? And they got so many obligations, it's really just hurting them, you know, just trying to keep up with everything. And they mad because they couldn't successfully rob from you, and they're having conflict amongst themselves because you out here moving and grooving and being great about you, when they sitting here fussing and cussing and being heartbroken behind not only learning that everybody was giving everybody something. You know, if it ain't one thing, it's another with somebody in this group that everybody knows and everybody's connected in some fucked up way or another, all because they wanted to join the bandwagon. But they mad because, you know, you pray and you get to work. You're big on your religion, and you didn't let the changes that you were going through make you walk away from God, you know, the Most High, the universe, whatever you call him, Allah, whoever. But, you know, whoever you call the Most High God, the only one and only, okay? They're mad because all this spell work that they was doing, this ritual, this ceremony, it backfired. This magic, it was the nail in the coffin that set in the stone for them to have to leave, period. They had to move away from you. They have to go. And they can't tolerate or be near you or your vicinity no more. The universe is making it hard for them to stay. The justice system, whatever they're going through, the people that they were trying to click up with is making it hard for them to stay. You know, they just got to go out of town and do what they got to do. For real, for real. And a lot of these people is just homeless, okay? They're going through failure. They're going through being poor, okay? This change really has them heartbroken because they don't know what they're going to do. And they're stressed for money, but nobody's fucking with them. And they thinking about like how if they would have changed for the better, they could have, you know, had somebody in their corner that would fuck with them. They could have been, you know, they thinking about if they would have did the work like collective like y'all did, they would have been in a better position. But instead they want to clicked up with, you know, the karmics, trying to, you know, fill this lonely void that they were going through because they're heartbroken. You know, they're not trying to go through the dark night. So, you know, they was clicking up with them and not knowing what the fuck was going on because they was feeling this, trying to fill this lonely void. They was feeling lonely and trying to make it seem like they wasn't lonely, like they wasn't isolating themselves purposely through being like depressed or, you know, feeling some type of like self-esteem issues where they feel like they want to be a part of the cool club. And the cool club ain't nothing but the bad kids that's putting you in the fire before they got caught up. Because some people don't make it out. Some people get falsely accused every day, and motherfuckers don't be trying to hear that shit. But when the truth come out that, yeah, they was falsely accused, it's already too late. These people, you know, oftentimes they had to give up their whole life behind one decision of following the wrong crowd, making that wrong decision. And even when their intuition told them time and time again, no, don't do that, don't follow this person. But because they want to be popular, they want to be seen in the spotlight and shit, they join up. So, you know, they missing out. And now they looking at you, collective, seeing you getting your blessings, you fulfilled, you know, you got options, and you're blocking out everything that led to your heartbreak, that's going to lead to your heartbreak, anything that no longer serves you. You're not worried about it. You know about you care about your well-being, and you're enlightened, okay? You're in this temperance state. You're changing for the better. And, you know, you're more reserved, you know, you're more focused on your desires, on your self-worth, on your extravagance, things that you want to accomplish and buy, because you're at a choice now where, you know, you're choosing to be grateful for what you have, and you're choosing to be grateful for, you know, the lessons learned and things of that nature, okay? And, you know, you being just to yourself, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's nothing but like, you know, you could still be in an environment where people around you are still trying to give out a fake helping hand and stuff like that. So, you know, you can't really trust people where you at. So, you know, you just dismissing any help that comes for anybody, because you know, for right now, it's not genuine help. So you're not worried about nothing and nobody. You focus on what you can afford, what you can do for yourself. And you know you can always depend on yourself. So even if you procrastinate or whatever, you know you can't blame nobody but yourself. So if you ain't gonna do it, it ain't gonna get done. And you're at this point where you're not accepting nothing for nobody because you know the people that are around you want to only try to play in your face and make it seem like they're offering you help because they know that they're really going down for heavier, harder shit in the background that they want you to, relieve them from. They want you to care for them through, you know, they want you to be the consoler and, the nurturer to them, give them support and be a patron to them, to kind of almost baby them, like let you collective take care of them, but it's not that. Okay, they're heartbroken because they know it's not that, and you're not accepting none of that shit. You good on your own. If you can't get it, then it ain't meant for you. And I agree, collective, for sure. Somebody out there said it. But 4-4, you're definitely getting stability. You're definitely ready for this next chapter. You've definitely been preparing for this for a long time, and you're gonna be having good, genuine friends that you can trust and count on, that will surround you, that you can indulge with, that you can have joy and enjoy actual interaction with. People that have their own homes, own items, own cars, and things like that, own options. No illusions there, just happiness. You're gonna be able to relax and have a peace of mind and tranquility. Okay, you're going to be victorious and just thankful for everything that you do have and what you're accomplishing for yourself little by little. Okay, you're going to be going back to your roots, doing more healing, from your childhood. You're going to be releasing old things that was blocking you from moving forward. Some of us still got stuff to release so we can actually have access to our blessings and our things that we need to have access to. Okay, but whoever these people are, they're stubborn. They don't want to hear about this good reading, that they getting caught up and everything is fucked for them. Because they know that they were selfish. They know that they got a mutus attitude and they're arrogant. But, they just can't help but daydream about this plan. They still want to have optimism. They still want to be under this illusion that they're going to have a victory behind doing the spell work. But they fail to realize that you're at a 22. Your origin, you using your imagination, you getting back to the basic of things. You finding out what makes you happy, what makes you smile. And these people are stuck under illusions, but don't want to admit that they're stuck in illusions. Want to believe the illusions that they're in. So make it make sense. And they sit here daydreaming and believing in hype. But Spirit says that your blockages of manifesting new love and having a pure, unconditional love, somebody that really loves you for you and that you can create a family with, those blockages for you to manifest that for yourself are removed. Okay, you're no longer blocked from love, and your person will be coming in very, very soon. If not, you have already met your person and y'all just talking or whatever have you. But these people are stressed because they're having such major headaches, pressures and pains in their body. They're really heartbroken and they're having a lack of sleep, and it's really affecting and showing on their day-to-day life and just how they're able to move and how they show up to the world. But these people want to try to play on the past and be like, remember when, trying to come to you and make a promise to you now and be responsible and assuring, but it's not working. Like everything that they was doing to block your fluid movement, like thinking that you was gonna be hooked on them, it's not working. So they sitting here trying to play on memories of the past and be like, oh, this and the third. It ain't working. Collective, you moving forward and you ain't worried about nothing and nobody. Okay. So whoever's in the justice system or whoever these people are that they were working with, they have evidence on them and they didn't know that. Everybody involved is going down. Everybody involved is going through a major change with 5-5. Okay, behind this collaboration to, fuck up your stability and change your stability. Okay, they was backing these people up, ringleader, groupies, minions, the last one standing, they thought she was bottom, winning the prize kind of thing. They all have some type of pride that they not really ready to swallow. And it's really messing with their stability and it's just their stability in their own body and their own right mind. So, they have a lack of self-esteem. They have a lack of self-worth and their ego is shot. But meanwhile, you on the other end, you standing 10 toes about yours. You're not worried about nothing and nobody. Okay? You're definitely not worried about nothing and nobody. And if you are prideful, you got every right to be. Okay? Because nah, I got my pride. I'm not about to sit here and accept bum ass behavior when I know clear as day bum ass behavior is nothing. That's all I'm gonna get from you guys. So I'm not even gonna put myself in that predicament. Like, nah, I got pride. I'm not about to be coming to you knowing that you fucking me in my face and in my back, and come running with my tail between my legs like I can't do for myself. Collective said we ain't going like that. So y'all using your imagination and whatever y'all doing, fantasy wise, like, or in the mind, body, or soul, like, it's creating you a victory, and it has these people that's stalking you very much so heartbroken, very so much mad because they see you on this new beginning, this new journey, this new adventure, this new chapter in life, and they just want you to stop. They really are heartbroken. They just want you to break, pause, be stagnant. They want you to be trapped and caught up, with these illusions that they set for you to have to walk away from whatever you're creating, manifesting, and working on. They want to protest your stuff. So if you could have a business or anything, they just want to bring change to it and sue you or bring negative attention to whatever you got going on, because the spell work that they were doing to cause chaos magic and stuff like that, at one point, if it was working, it's not working no more. Okay, and they're going through withdrawals because they can't afford whatever drugs and whatever else they was doing. The people that was doing the millions and groupies that was doing divination work and spell work abusing, they having withdrawals because they had to quit it. This practitioner, some practitioners went on to the next round. But the death angel came and collect, and some of them just was like, no, we not fucking with you no more. Like, fuck all that. And they're mad. They really are mad. But collective, whoever you are, you could be having new habits. Like, you probably quit smoking, quit drinking, because these people was doing stuff to lace your food and drink, or your recreational habit, your vice. So you just pretty much quit cold turkey. You probably could have slowed it down, and you probably at an almost stop, or you just do it every once in a blue moon, whatever. But they mad because that's no longer a way that they could target you or influence you in any way. They mad because they know for a fact that you're going to get married, you're going to have success in that degree where you can actually know you have somebody in your corner that loves you for Lou, okay? These people were mad because everything they did was to strategize. It was like you was the one playing chess, not checkers, and they were playing checkers, And when you kicked over they queen and they king, they sit here looking stupid because they was doing everything under the sun. They was planning, they was doing predictions, they was doing mind readings, they was sitting here, trying to do everything under the sun to, cause you to walk away from your stability, to get you kicked out, evicted, to not be able to afford your bills, to not have anybody around you that was fucking with you, cause a chaos magic. They didn't want you to be able to sleep on nobody's couch. Like they in the same predicament now, see? So they know that you're not worried about shit. You're not worried about nothing they got going on. You're not depressed. You're not paranoid. You said, fuck them hoes. Okay? You are having your victory, and you blocking out everything and anything that no longer serves you. Okay? Fate will have it that you're on the up and up. Okay? And they're the ones that's going through this wheel of fortune with this complete cycle. Okay? And that's their fate because they wanted to lock it in to have a new path. This is the path they was going down. So this is their new fate, getting locked in and in purgatory, and pretty much whatever else that may mean for them, whether it's happening in spiritual or the physical. But they trying to play it calm, but they know that you're calm. They know that you're having a peace. They know that you're enjoying the simplicity things of life. You're manifesting a solid foundation on whatever you want to do, whatever you're planning, okay? So they're trying to stay calm because they know that this ringleader, the person that that's really caught up and that's really, doing whatever, they're going through major changes. And without this person, they're going through major changes. Okay, they're the dictatorship. They're the ones they look to tell them what to do and this and the third. They the ones that was compromising with them from the get-go and made the agreement to, gang up and click on them to, have you heartbroken collective. Okay, but that's been put to a death. Okay, and whatever they thought they was planning on, bringing to an end for you is not that. It's actually flourishing and thriving is what I meant to say. And you're showing perseverance. You saying, I may not got much, but I'm using what I got to get what I want. And everything you've been doing has been right on time, leading you to this point. You had to go through things to learn the lessons, to be able to understand that you can't take everybody with you on your journey. Okay, so when the plan was being executed in divine timing, that was all they needed. All spirit needed to, help you out and move forward. But these people are now sitting here trying to go back to the drawing board and try to brag, bribe, and endorse and give kickbacks and tempt somebody in the justice system. But everybody's getting caught up, and the changes that they were going through already is causing them blockages to where they can't help this person even if they wanted to. So everybody's going down, and this is just a big accident. Like, nobody involved meant for them to get caught or for it to blow up on everybody's face like it did. Everybody was trying to manifest victory off of your shit. But now they're in danger. They're yelling caution and crying wolf because they got injured. They got their ass whipped by karma. But that was the goal, Spirit says. Because, again, you was taking the necessary steps with this divine timing, and everything was right on scheduled time. That was the purpose. There was a goal to be met. There was an expectation that the universe had. And because they thought that they was blocking your victory, Spirit said the goal is for you to skyrocket a lot further than what they thought they were stopping you to. Okay? So they was just being and doing what they needed to help you. Okay? So Spirit said they know that you get to work and you wish and you hope and you worship them and you pray and you try to remain, as sweet as you can, almost in like your, your childlike state, because that's where we, are the most closest to God and stuff like that. When we were a lot younger versus older, But that's just how it is sometimes. But you're just trying to, stay positive. You're trying to, adjust to this change that's coming with your stability. You're grateful and thankful for what you do have. It may not be much, but you're grateful. And, and whoever, you just Ray Charles to the bullshit. You're not really thinking about nothing and nobody got going on. You focus on you and yours. But whoever this ringleader groupie is, the master puppeteer stuff, they was blind. They was blind to, them being so, one more stick left to carry, and they was really going to be truly burdened. Like, they were struggling. They feel defeated, okay? Everybody in this thing feel defeated, okay? But they were blind to the simple fact that this loss that was coming to them, and that this victory and triumph that was coming to you. They didn't think that, they would be in so much sorrow behind the magic that they did to break your heart and break you down. They didn't think that you would still, at the end of the day, have so much success and victories, is what Spirit is saying. They didn't think that, but you really did. And now that they thinking back on anything, they just like hesitating on any move to make. Like, they don't know if to listen to the devil on your shoulder or the angel on your shoulder, because they see that, them pretty much not listening to neither, or listening to either, is still neck and neck, because when they had chances to do right and do better, they was doing right and doing better for the wrong people. It's like they mind fucked up. It's like it's not adding up. So now they in hesitation because they don't know which way to move forward. Like, they be good to the wrong people that's end up fucking them over at the end of the day, and that's what they're realizing now. So they're just mad that, they did all of this to manifest your loss, getting caught up because somebody said, oh yeah, we could do this, we could do that, hada, trying to make it seem like they had all this money and stuff. Real them, man, lied to them. They ran into the same thing that they was trying to beat to you, collective, so they wasn't able to see it at the time. So now when everything falling up shit's creek, they looking at their accounts and looking at everybody's savings account like, how the fuck did we all gang up to get this money and we doing all of this stealing, but don't nobody got shit in their savings to help me get out of this mess? Y'all was all cool for it when I was spending money. We was going out partying, this and the third. Take it how it resonates, collective, as it applies to you. But it was like, how is we going outside doing all of this and doing all of that? But y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't got nothing preserved, y'all ain't got nothing to show for y'all? Everybody shit in collections? What you mean? Like, what? Y'all gonna be old as fuck still working at McDonald's to pay back the debts and everything that y'all done fell through for and everything. Like, y'all ain't got a pot to piss in it or window to throw it out of. Fuck you talk about, like, we don't, did this for 8 years, 5 years, 6 years, 2 years, 3 months, whatever the fucking time span, and ain't nobody in this motherfucking got shit to show for. And the ones that do got something that they holding on to that's, what, nice piece of change, they ain't not gonna help this person. because they either trying to pass the shit off on them as scapegoat, or they trying to get out of Dodge and pretend like they ain't had shit to do with it. And they trying to pretend like they ain't got no money so they can go ahead and safely get away without everybody, siren alarm and like, oh, get them type of shit. Or angry mob type chasing you type of shit. But whoever these people is, they know that you're going to get whatever they stole from you. And this could be a home or property or an inheritance. But they know for a fact all the illusions that they was trying to create, all of that's being wiped away. It's a clean slate. There is no more illusions on whose house it is, whose property it is, whose money it is. Everything that they was stolen is being returned to you. And that's justice. Okay? That's justice. Okay? After justice says sweet dreams. Spirit said y'all can rest easy tonight. All that heartbreaking shit that they was doing, it didn't lead to nothing but you being grateful and happy and blessed and abundant, okay? All right? You're going through satisfaction. You're comfortable. You can enjoy lazy days and you don't have to worry about having to go to work, having to get up just to make sure you can eat. Like, you can miss a day or two and still get your bills paid. You're not tripping about it. And half of y'all getting paid good money. Half of y'all getting overtime. Half of y'all working for yourselves. So y'all ain't really got to worry about a damn thing. If you are back at work or you working a 9 to 5, it's pretty much because you want to, collective. I know everybody's journey is different, but at the end of the day, people going to do what they want to do. So they're not going to be there unless they have to or if they don't want to. Okay? And that's just facts. But they know that you're gaining everything and that that you're blocking out all of this negative change that they thought that they was going to put on you. You're accepting and you're deciding what you're going to want to do that's going to welcome the change that you want at this point. Now that you have adjusted. God dang, I don't even want to talk. Now that you adjusted to what the change was that they was causing for your life. Now you're deciding on how and what would invite the change that you want, okay? But these same people that was cooking up and ganging on you, minions and groupies and shit, now they're the ones that's being bullied, okay? Now they're the ones that's being talked about like a dog in the street because people see them for who they are, not, they trying to hide and portray like they something that they're not, and people see it for who they are. People gossiping about them, people using them as entertainment behind the fuck shit that they was doing behind the scenes. People got text message videos and all this other stuff, receipts on these people, and they whispering behind the scenes. So these people don't know who's talking on them, who's speaking on them, who doing this, who doing that, because they done ran through the whole community. Excuse me. They done ran through the whole community and shit. And, that's crazy. Yeah, they big mad because people shitting on them. They big mad because these same people that they was, hyping up, making it seem like they were so big and bad to showing off in front of was the same people that they was actually doing for. So now that they feel like, oh, I did stuff for you and now y'all trying to come up on me and stuff like that. They really want to argue with these people, but after a certain while, they're starting to see that there's no point in arguing because, at this point, they might as well just leave town because they the ones that look goofy, look stupid, and they hoping that somebody can hold their hand out and give them a gift, offer them their place to crash at. But they seeing that, these people are heartbroken, okay, about the promised success that they never got behind this person that wanted them to join the hate train and bully you about, okay? So they're not giving this person no gift, but you getting a gift, collective, okay? You're getting a gift from the universe, okay? All this heartbreaking shit that you was going through, it only led to your victory at the end of the day, okay? Because the Most High God was fighting your battles, not the other way around. But you were living and learning. You were learning your lessons. Like I said, some of this shit had to happen for you to learn that some of these people just not meant to come with you on this journey. And you had to learn, release bad habits and gain new ones. So that way you can stay solid in your new beginning without these people that's not meant to come with you. Okay? Because you are the professional, okay? You are the one that's coming up with all the bright ideas that they were stealing, okay? And they're getting locked up for doing this shit, all right? Spirit said this change that they wanted for you is coming for them, and you the one having a victory, okay? They're getting locked up. If they're not in physical jail, they're in purgatory until they move to the next chapter. But Spirit said continue to give yourself self-love, okay? You did it. all right? And you will have stability after all of this heartbreak and shit that you've been through, whether with guy or girl, divine feminine, divine masculine, okay? So that's it. That is all. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this, and I do greatly appreciate it. If I missed anything, you know, it probably wasn't meant to be in this reading, but I'll probably pick it up, put it in the next one, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed the view of the beach, and it has been a pleasure. I know y'all seen some of them folks looking at me like, what's she doing? Minding my business that pays me. I ain't scared of nothing and nobody. I am not harming nobody. I do not wish harm on nobody, not even my worst of enemies. I wish they would get their shit to fucking together and leave people the fuck alone, so we can all be great in this fucking world. But that's too much like right for them. But that don't mean that I can't keep it pushing and keep doing what I need to do, right? So I don't wish no harm on nobody. But I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. I am about to go ahead and get myself ready to call it a night and relax. But I rebuke any or all negative energy that may be coming through the screen or being directed at me by enemies known and unknown, seen and unseen, heard and unheard of. I rebuke you in the name of the Most High God. I return back to sender everything that you think you're doing or will continue to try to do in the future. It will not work as I declare it, as the Most High God declares it on my behalf. And he backs me in my stance on that. The same goes for collective as well. For the collective, we block any and all negative energy, known and unknown, seen and unseen, no matter what form, shape, or title or energy or entity it comes in. Okay, we block and rebuke all negative energy, and we return it back to sender tenfold. Okay, in the name of the Most High God, we ask for continued protection, continued bless, continued abundance, and let no weapon formed against us prosper in the name of the Most High God. And if anybody tries to fix their lips or fix their brain to think so or try to do anything, may instant karma come upon them in every way, shape, or possible, tenfold, to any of the collective's enemies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, heard and unheard of. Period. I just felt possessed to say that and put that in this reading because people is doing wild, outrageous things, and we just not gonna accept none of that energy over here. Over here on Beautiful Bliss Tarot, we don't judge. We learn our lessons, we have fun, and we talk about what it is, we all have our times and our moments. But if you can understand the lesson and apply it, nobody's talking about you. Nobody's saying names. We speaking on general stuff. So if the shoe fits, wear it. But at the end of the day, only you can change for the better. You guys and collectively, individually, you know. So karmics, if y'all want to continue to be karmics, cool. But what y'all not going to do is project that negative energy on here. Nobody from YouTube behind the scenes playing with nobody's numbers. Nobody from this man-made earth. Because nobody on this planet can beat the power of the Most High God. And that's who I rock with. And y'all already know that. So, collective, again, y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. And have a good night, okay? We're going to call it a wrap. Thank you, and have a great one. Let me see. Let me let y'all... look at this beautiful... okay. I'm trying not to get the people in the frame, but they out here. Okay. I don't need nobody trying to say I was recording them, because I was not. All right. See y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Good night.